Testing, 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 testing. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and welcome into another SR51 Media Show. I am your host, SR51 Media. Hopefully, you're having a good day today. If you're not, hopefully, it turns around for you. We are live today on Father's Day, surprise stream. Had a little bit of time, got a little bit of time, don't have a lot of time, but got a little bit of time before I gotta go to work. So I thought to myself, why not come in here and have a great stream with the community, chill, kick back, relax type thing. Talk it up with everybody, right? Talk it up with everybody. Let me get all the chats pulled up. Give me 1 second here, so I'm getting all the chats pulled up. Okay. All right, getting all the chats pulled up here. Let's check the audio levels. We got volume audio. We got gameplay audio. Thank the Lord the stream is running well. Happy Father's Day again to the chat. Anybody out there that may be a father or has a father, be sure to pass the Happy Father's Day on to them. Coming on over here to the chat, Luigi. I'm no longer calling you Royals. It's Luigi. Shout out to my moderator, Luigi. Be sure to go on over to his channel, sub up, great content creator as well. How's your day going, Luigi? Yo, how's things treating you? Manny, shout out to my moderator, Manny. Be sure to go on over to his channel, sub up, great content creator as well. How's your day going for you, Manny? Yo, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, man. Yep, had a little bit of time before the work shift. Got to cut one person. I already know who the one person is. I was we got some gaming stuff to talk about, boy. Boy, let me tell you, we got some gaming stuff we gotta talk about, boy. It's some real. Law's about to be a 90. Oh, okay. I see he is really good. His run block finesse. Now his run block finesse got good out of nowhere. I'm gonna be honest about this. Luigi said I'm doing good. World's just so up to athletics. Okay, I hear you with that. I hear you with the baseball update. Manny said doing good. Just made a music. Oh, you just made a music track. Okay, I feel that. My shout out to my father, who glad you two pulled up. Shout out to my father, you know, who's also into music. My whole family, you know, choir singers, music makers, and tour singers. You know, got swept. Sorry, they didn't sweep them. Oh wait, what? Let me see this again. Hey, hold on. Let me see. I'm doing good. Worlds got swept by the Athletics. I thought they swept the Athletics. Oh, they got swept by the Athletics. Oh man. Well, how's your team? Is your team good enough where you ain't got to worry about it? Where you gonna be back on the grind next year, or do you need a complete overhaul type thing? Okay, so Caleb Laws has gotten, you know, almost 90 good. Almost everybody that's on the line is a 90. I don't think you can find better talent anywhere, in my opinion. I think with the left end and the right end, excuse me, we have to make room for one position. I would say the best person to trade would be Crockett, right? Even though Crockett wants to be here, right? I think that way you can have your extra wide receiver. I wish I can say Happy Father's Day to my father, but he's not around. Oh, okay. Need to work on our offense. Well, Luigi said we need to work on our offense. Who you think they're going to be able to get it done over the offseason, Luigi? Manny said, but he's not around. Oh, that's messed up, man. I'm sorry to hear that. You know, we have, don't get me wrong, we have Hickson, who's been doubling up as a defensive tackle. So we could necessarily do without Amaro, and I know Amaro is, like, I could trade him to, like, the other side of the planet, basically. He doesn't even want to be here. He has a 4-year deal that I worked out. So I could probably trade him, and I'm trying to think of the position I'm trying to get better at. I could probably trade him for another. Oh, I know I could trade him for. I can trade him for the best middle linebacker rookie in the NFL that can go to the practice squad, which I think I have already, if I'm not mistaken. I got Morgan, Gunther, there's Saunders. He's 7-year. There's no X Factor. Who's the next X Factor young bull? Oh, that's Tavon Wallace. Wait. What we got? Devin Warner. Let's see what Devin Warner got. Probably not, because our manager is cheeks and he keep making any change. He's not gonna make any changes. Sometimes you gotta ride out that bad streak. It can happen like that sometimes. Let's see here. We got, okay, he's been in the league. Nick Porter's been in the league 9 years. And so, yeah, those top-level middle linebackers, they about the only ones in there. Now, what you could do is, if you wanted to go out there, you know, and let's say that we wanted to run, say, 4 tight ends or something like that, we could go ahead. Because Saunders is the next young boy up. He's 26 years old. You know, Two-Wavy wants to be retired after this year, so I might pick him up. I got Ware. And I got Morgan that can step up at 1-2. And then I can always bust a move for Saunders if I wanted to. But this is about, I'll be back and I'm gonna try to make another music. Okay. I'll be here. I'll be here till I gotta go to work. So what about for because we really need a middle linebacker. And I would say what we could do is with Saunders, we won't need him till next year. And we don't know what middle linebackers we could trade for. What was he looking for? One Weather State, highest value offer, Super Bowl chance. Okay. So there's a possibility that if we traded, say, Crockett to the Bills, that Saunders could be brought to the team because I could always trade Burris. Even though Burris is a nice young rookie and stuff like that, he is 27 years old. I could always trade him to get Saunders a spot. And then I wouldn't even have to trade Crockett. I could really trade who did I say I was gonna trade? Hold on. Bring him on, and then I could trade I could trade Burris, who doesn't want to be here because we have Reed already, and we drafted at the position right in last year, and I think Reed has 5 years left. It was Amaro. That's who it was. Amaro for Saunders. And then we could also throw in, that's my position as defensive tackle. How about just making an off-brand decision? Bryson is over top of Hickson, but you can always let Burris do the job. Bryson got 2 years left on his deal, right? Man is the #1 ranked left end in the NFL. You don't trade him. As good as Burris is at a young age, we drafted 2 right ends already. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we drafted 2 right ends. Yeah, he has a 4-year contract. Let me see his numbers, though. Didn't he? Oh, man. Okay, so Saunders is on the Bills. Let's go check this out. Let's go check out Saunders over here on these Bills and see how that's going to work out. Real fast. Nothing long. Not going to be the whole stream trading. Just checking out some things. So you could trade tomorrow and go 4 defensive tackles. You really running in 5 defensive tackles, nice, but he's actually, Kenyon Shaw is over top of him at 94. You got Devon Derby, he's a 27. He shouldn't be 1 point higher than him. But if you wanted to just trade from, say, the right and left end, like I said, Colson's a 31. Reed doesn't want to be here, neither does Burris. So you really could trade Reed and Burris, and that'll make 1 open position. And you can get Saunders because you're trading 2 people, and you got to get rid of 1 person. You could trade Reed and Burris to the Bills and mess around. What picks do they have? You can add their draft because they'll take both of those players, and they're good players. I just feel like they're going to be hard to deal with. They have a first round number 30, a second and a third. That'll work. They have my second, and they have a bunch of other picks that we ended up giving them. So yeah, the cutting on 1 player, and then McLeod, I'm going to leave him on the practice squad, right? So I would say because Richardson, I would say, let me see here. If you trade Burris, what does it look like if I trade Burris and I trade Reed? That would take me down to 52. Okay, and then go to the Bills and then pull up Saunders. I mean, not Saunders. Oh, yeah, there he is. Saunders. Then if I brought in Saunders, I would be at 53. So I would bust a move that would take away some of our best left and right ends, but it would give us the new young bull who's the monster at middle linebacker. Hold on 1 second. How long until you have to go to work? It is now 2:47. I'm going to work at about, I want to say I'm going to look to shut down the stream around 4 o'clock, 4:30, something like that. DC Defenders beat Michigan 58-30 yesterday championship, and DC Defenders are the first champions. Yeah, I watched it. I did not want DC to win at all. I'm not going to lie, I did not want DC to win. Let's do this. How about we do this? How about that way you don't have to get rid of your new young left ends, and we'll deal with the defensive tackle position, because I think we have some people in house already. Amaro doesn't want to be here anyway, right? We kind of like, the defensive room, who wants to be here? Yeah, he doesn't want to be here, so how about we do this? Let's just put him on the market and see what offers we get for him. Okay, no. Right outside linebacker, no. No X Factors? Okay, then let's do this. Let's go through the pick, and let's just see who, because I know whoever got the most picks. I know there was a team, I can't remember what team it was, but one team had like multiple picks. Here we go. Commanders, nope, that ain't happening. Cowboys, nope, that ain't happening. I'm not going to strengthen my own division. That's why you never see teams making decisions and trades inside of the division. Oh, okay, who the DC Defenders? The DC Defenders are in the, what do you call that? They're in the, what is the name of that thing? They're in the UFL. That was the championship game that came on yesterday, was the DC Defenders. That's who won. Okay, the Seahawks got number 11, and number 12. Okay, so I want number 11, number 12. I want number 11 and number 12. Now, before we trade away tomorrow, let's compare him to Derby. Derby is 1 point higher than him. He's 27 years old. He has 4 years left on his deal. Okay, and then they rank him. Derby is a 95 already. Okay, so what I would say is because you might need the left tackle. I would say take Burris, right? Take Burris out. No, actually, he's a new young boy. Yeah, take Amaro. Give him Amaro. Or should I give him back? Let me see. Should it be Derby? Well, no, Derby's 27, and he's higher than Amaro, so Amaro's starting to sink. Give him Amaro for the 2 first-round picks. What? Y'all serious? Y'all don't want to hand over your 2 first-round picks? Okay, what if I gave you a third? Okay. What if I gave you another third? Okay. David Amaro has been traded to the Seahawks for 2 first-round picks. All right, we're done, and we can get a game going. That way we're not doing. I knew I had to make a trade. I knew it had to come from somewhere. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 first-round picks this year, and 1, 2, 3, 4 first-round picks in 37, and 3 first-round picks in 38. That's what I'm going to look to set up. And let me just fix the roster. Just run through the depth chart, and then we can get a game going. I got advanced a week. I beat the Raiders already. Okay, let's jump forward a week then. Yeah, Amaro. Hold on one second. We got an invader. Who's over here? Hold on one second. All right. Oh, I forgot to put in the chat so everybody knows where we are. Putting it in the chat right now. Okay. That's over there. Let me put this in the chat over here. Big E asks how a 99. Big E, let me tell you like this. If you want to see how the team is built, right? Because I'm going to say it to you patiently, right? Because I know you may be new to this section. If you want to see how the team is built, what you want to do is you want to come to the streams. I make over 20 trades a year. Also, at the same time, I'm in the year 2035. So how I feel is if you play the game correctly, you can have as many players as you want. But if you come out there every year saying, well, I'm going to make this player that I'm really good friends of, I'm going to make him a 99, then, yeah, you're not going to have any good players. But for me, I'm always searching for the next player, you know. Don't get me wrong, I keep allegiance to the players I have, but whenever there's a new young talent in the NFL, I go and get them, you know. That's what I'm saying. If you want to see how the team is built, Big E, come to the streams, man. Be here when I get Madden 26. If everything holds and I got time from work and I get Madden 26, that'll be the perfect time for you to see how it gets done. I didn't put in the YouTube chat. 1 second. All right. Everybody's caught up to speed. All right. We got Washington again. These dudes came Washington and came back to town. All right. Ben 1 is back. Can I see you listed out there, Ben? You're on YouTube now too. Yep, it's on YouTube now as well. The channel is live over there on YouTube. If you want to check it out, we are live on TikTok, Kick, and YouTube simultaneously. Pick what it is you want to watch on. Big E, thank you for them likes. Thank you for them likes. Okay, so all I got to do is just check the injury report, see who's hurt, and then, okay, Dolphins for Life is still out 2 more weeks with broken ribs. Excuse me. Colson is out 2 more weeks with a dislocated elbow. Thomas, our left guard, is out 1 more week with an abdominal tear. And McLeod looks like he's done for the season with a dislocated hip. He's going to be out 6 weeks. So we're going to go ahead and let him just be done for the season and let Boyle go in. And then we'll see what his injury is after he's fully healthy. Today's Father's Day. So, wait. That shout out to my moderator, that boy Cross. Be sure to go on over to his channel, sub up, great content creator as well. How's the day going, that boy Cross? Yo, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, man. That boy Cross said today's Father's Day, so me and my dad and my older brother are eating seafood broiled for dinner. Oh, I can't hear that. Luigi asks, can you change my name to Luigi, please? I can do that real quick before we go into the settings. You are Royals, which is normally what? Wasn't originally football. No, it ain't Football is King. Football is King was Football is King. Royals, what position was you playing? Do you remember your position? We got a lot of players on this team now. Royals was football. That's what I thought. Football is King. You didn't change your name. Football is King to Royals now Luigi. Okay, so what do you want? Just Luigi. What do you want to say? Luigi, you gotta have a first and a last name. What's your first and your last? I just want Luigi as a first. Oh, so you still want Luigi Queen? The Luigi King or something like that? Hold on. Luigi. Okay, so you want to keep King as your last name. Okay. You've been getting them safeties, man. Cheesecake said, "Hey, man, not sure if you remember me. Sorry, I've been moving to a new house. I understand, man. You know, if you gotta move and stuff like that, and you wasn't able to come into the stream, I understand where you're coming from. I'm streaming right now. I got like an hour before I go to work. You know, I was like, man, I'm gonna get me a couple games in, come to the stream, hang out, chill. Okay, so let's get a little bit of depth chart action going here, just to basically put everybody in their positions. Wait. Okay, yeah, the fullback should be right there. Fullback should be the fullback. Wide receiver is not set up correctly. I'm glad I came in here. Boyle can be higher. He doesn't need to be lower. He should be right below Westbrook. Saunders. Yeah, Saunders and Jennings could be the backup type. Backup tight ends. Tight ends. Left tackle looking good. Left guard. Oh, we got a backup left guard. He's back, isn't he? Oh, he's still hurt. Okay. Center. Center's lined up looking nice. Right guard. Right guard's lined up. Right tackle. Right tackle's lined up. Left end. Left end's lined up. Give me Burris over Hickson. Right end's lined up. Give me Crockett. Let's give Reed the start. He's a little bit faster than Crockett. Let's put him over there on the start. The name switches of Doom and Despair are everything. Wait. The name switches of Doom and Despair and everything unfair. I haven't played college football in Madden since Major League Baseball 25 came out, and it came out March 18th. Yeah, everybody has different things they play, you know. Left outside linebacker has people. I'm trying to understand why they don't list Quan. Why do they keep not listing Quan at left outside linebacker? He's right there. Like, I'm trying to understand why I go to middle linebacker. I don't know if it's maybe because. Let me put Geo Compton in there and see if they list him over here now. I don't get it. Like, I got this dude at left outside linebacker, and he's just not showing up. So I'll just put Geo Compton over there, and then over here I'll put. I still can't put him at linebacker. It's cool. He's on the field. He'll be there in case something happens. Is he injured? Let me just check and make sure he isn't injured. I'm trying to understand why he's showing up at middle linebacker, but he's not showing up at left outside linebacker. Play him at middle linebacker. Let him play a little middle linebacker if he wants to. Cornerbacks lined up nicely. Free safety. I have strong safety. Everything's lined up nicely. Kick returner. Chris Cloud. Okay. I would say go with Kendricks and Westbrook. Well, actually, I don't want none of my wide receivers returning punts. So how about give me the halfbacks. Give me Hunt and give me the other halfback. Give me the other halfback. What's the other one's name? Whitaker. Give me both of them back there. Hunt and Whitaker. Whitaker may be bad at it in their opinion, but I can't risk players getting banged up right before it's time to go. Okay, let me just elbow brace thing over here. Okay, power halfback. Good. Slot wide receiver. Put me at punt returner coach. I'm kidding. Let's see here. Rush left end. Left end is looking nice. Hickson is going to be in there. We're going to bring, okay, here we go. We got Quan Lowe on the rush. Okay. Quan Lowe on the rush on the left end. Okay, cool. We got Reed over here. And then we also got Crockett. And Crockett would be the better rusher. So we're going to bring Crockett in on the rush. My man Crockett. And then because Gio Compton is able to rush, we're going to bring him till we get our guy back. Okay, on defensive tackle, we're going to have Hickson, Ben One, and Priestley. Sub linebacker is going to be two Wavy, Ware, and Richardson. Slot cornerback is going to be all the boys. Slot cornerback is going to be Ben Oliver. But I felt like the slot got a little out of control last game, but that was just because it was a good pass offense. All right, we good. Hold on one second. Oh, well. It shouldn't change anything. Battery issue. Okay, I just need to pull this up. Okay, cool. It was something about a battery issue or something like that with the Switch. I think it's one of those things where like it then came out and there's already problems with the battery, and I'm like, I wanted one, but I'm kind of glad I didn't get one with all the problems they have. All right, let's do it. Let's do the one last thing, just the last thing. No trades, nothing like that. Just setting the game day goals. That way I can get points. Just gotta tell them what I want them to do this week. So I think we need to do win the turnover battle, 300 yards offense, 30-yard points, and 2 passing touchdowns. And then we should be able to stack you guys up with some more points. All right, let's jump into the game. What's your alternate? Black. Okay, we can come out in red. Y'all can wear black. Actually, we haven't wore our white shirts in a while. Let's go white on red. I don't like. You know what? I don't really like the white on red. You got any gray or anything like that? Okay, I like the gray. I like the white. Ooh, that one look nice. The gray really pops. Really cool. And then for the cleats, let's go white and gray cleats. What else do they have? Black ones. The black one's a little too dark. We need more white colors. With the helmet. Oh, that changes the whole thing. Okay, so I can't change the helmet. Okay, cool. Just wanted to know. That's why I'm pretty sure next year. Hold on, wait. Just join. Who do you lose to with that roster? And we're in the year 2035, so the rosters. Everybody has a roster built like this. The Commanders. Look over there. I'm about to run through the players right now. The Commanders got everybody has like an X Factor quarterback now with like three or 5. They got at least, if I had to guess, they got at least 2 or 3 X Factors on their team. Offensive line is superstars. You know. Kieran, if you're new, I'm pretty sure you're new around here. If you're looking for side-by-side content, what you want to do is go over to kick.com. That's kick.com or youtube.com Over there you will find my live stream, which is side by side. On TikTok, I am up and down. Just to answer that question. Avery, thank you for them likes, and thank you for them likes. See, look, let's go through it. I always go through the other teams to show on tape, you know, what they got and stuff like that, right? Before we start it up, right? So they have, this is my team, but they have X Factor strong safety Henry Redmond. X Factor left outside linebacker Deontay Pickens. X Factor defensive tackle Lonnie Singleton. Superstar cornerback. It was superstar, went past the X Factors. It was superstar defensive tackle Lonnie Singleton. Superstar cornerback Ross Collins. Superstar left guard Craig Colbert. Superstar tight end John Biggs. Superstar wide receiver Jeremy Richards. Superstar right guard Julian Nails. Superstar quarterback Taylor Lowry. Superstar kicker John Wright. Superstar free safety Marco Ellington. Superstar middle linebacker Tracy Miller. And superstar free safety Quincy Clement. See, they're not actually... Okay, I got you. Not a problem. Karen always want to be able to answer the 51 Dynasties questions. They're not one of those teams anymore, as I cue it up for you guys. They're not one of those teams anymore where they're just, you know, base level people. I got some hitters.
It's week 7 of the 2035 season.
Get up over here for
Dragons reigning league MVP. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes.
I got here for a reason,
Who
too.
knows what we're in store for here?
I will.
All that and more coming up next.
Need to get down on elbow brace. That's what I need to do.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL
Oh,
on EA Sports.
I was going to see about plugging this
So good to
up.
have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen up here in
I'm not using the cord right now. Let's see if I can charge these up.
a little old school. Maybe if it was an
All right, as you find a...
we had a couple of teams who have to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend.
You
But
see the
we're
light up?
seeing the game trend to more of a passing style.
Oh,
offense.
wow.
If you want to score points, it mostly
That's
comes
cool.
through the air.
Pair of headphones that I haven't been able to find for a good minute. That's a solid good minute. Pair of my Beats showed up earlier
I think we're in for a treat.
this week
All right,
because I found them.
set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we.
Whitaker is not fast.
On EA Sports.
He a running back though. Look at that. He a running back though.
Nice job by the return team.
Got him to 30. Got us to 32. That'll work. That'll work.
This crowd
They got to cross 10 interceptions already.
Their offense taking the field for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
There's been a lot of talk coming into this week, Mike, about whether
The Real T, shout out to my moderator, The Real T. Be sure to go on up to his channel, sub upgrade content creator as well. How's your day going, Real T? Yo, happy Father's Day to all the families. Rob was in the background. Did you see that? Hold on one second. Ah!
If he can replicate last week's success.
Did you see Desmond Bain got traded to the Magic like 5 hours ago? It was Desmond Bain and oh yeah, I saw that they gave up like 4 first-round picks or something like that. I was like, my God. Like, y'all wanted that dude seriously. Tight end up.
Here on 2nd down and 5.
Kendricks is fast. He might be able to get past him. Go.
He'll look to throw.
We upfield.
Down the field. It's caught
Great
on
catch,
the
Q.
left sideline.
Great catch, Q.
And they'll get this one down to the 35.
Great catch.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy.
So yeah, next year, as long as everything holds and everything like that, if I get Madden, what's going to happen is, so we're going to leave Hawaii as the college team, and I'm just going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, not like the Philadelphia Eagles,
From the 35,
like where I just keep all the Eagles players, but I'm going to keep the Philadelphia Eagles in Philadelphia and just trade a bunch of players and create our in-player players. Come on, CJ. Ha!
And this takes him into the red zone.
Good one.
He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
I've been relocating for like almost like 5 or 6 years. Sometimes, like, you know how like the season goes on and we all want to run with our teams and stuff like that. I notice sometimes. Hold on 1 second. Go.
In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw.
Ooh, I must have got destroyed on the throw.
As he throws, and that
I
one
got destroyed
will
on the
wind
throw.
up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Wide receiver spot.
He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Whitaker couldn't hold on to that one.
Good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense.
Give me corner double.
Outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all in this.
That one, take it in. Touchdown, Dragon.
Thomas over Westbrook.
Touchdown! Exactly the way they scripted this one.
Let's go.
Beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
You could draft a young defensive tackle or something like that if you wanted to go that route, you know, or what you could do is, because I feel like the team is lean and mean, I think like it's ready to go. See, what I'm doing is I'm trying out new methods so that way, Lord willing, I get 26 Madden. You can't even look. Oh, wait. You can't even look at my comment on YouTube. Okay, one problem. Hold on. Wait, hold on.
To return this one through the end zone.
Unbeaten, eh? Wait, is this the same person? We got Kieran over here. Is it Kieran over here too?
For the first time, leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
How you doing, Unbeaten? Hey, how you doing, man? I'm over here on YouTube. Kieran, I said, hey, to Unbeaten. Is that you? Is your name different on YouTube? And it's Unbeaten?
But it was really just a modest performance. He was okay.
Cover 2 invert.
Quarterback position.
Give me cover 2 invert.
Formula week in and week out in the NFL. They need him to be a difference maker.
Go after him, Crockett. Come on, show me what you got, Crockett.
He's capable of all those things, and if we can get that level of play out of him today, I think they can expect a different result than last week.
Stop.
And this play's going nowhere. Taking down
Avery, thank you very much. Great
way for this defense to get on the field and get started.
Tampa 2.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. They'll look to throw.
I gave him the side.
Now he'll run it.
Okay, now I know he's a runner. And I gave him the side.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yards.
Cover 6.
You've already picked up the first
Okay.
down. Now get down on
You got to play on this. I give you that.
There's no reason to take those shots.
Now a run on first down.
Okay.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Depending on the situation or the down.
Cover 9, show 2.
Linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
Quick throw here is complete.
Good stop. 31. I was asking why I got blocked one time because I asked a question about you and you took it as disrespectful. No, it's YDCK on YouTube. You said you got blocked. Who blocked? So you said, hold on one second. Let me run this play.
And a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Off play action.
Come here.
He'll set up to throw.
Yes, good knockdown football. Excuse me, good knockdown Luigi. That's what I'm talking about. So Karen said I was asking why I had got blocked one time because I asked one question about you. You took it as disrespectful. You had blocked me because I asked a question about your league. Avery Butler. What's going on? She's thinking for them lights. Thinking for them lights. What did you ask? Karen, do you remember what you asked?
Even though that ball falls incomplete.
A lot of times my moderators and myself may take something as disrespect, but that could be at the time. What did you ask? If I remember correctly. Because a lot of people ask a lot of questions. You would be surprised what people put in my comment section and in the chat for my moderators.
Early front runner for MVP of the NFL. It's the first half of the season, but as you can see, he's already leading the league in passing yards.
Halfback plunge.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Drive will start on the ground. He'll get about
He said I asked like how you had set it up and ran stuff, but I wasn't disrespectful. I just got blocked out of nowhere. What you can do is give me your name, like in chat right now, because I know sometimes people have main accounts, and then they have like the secondary account. So this may not be your main account. You can go ahead and give me your name in chat, and I'll take a picture of it, and then tell me what you do is you put your, 1 second. Let me run this play.
back to throw.
Come on, go with it, go with it, go.
Here and complete this one. And he's gonna be
Put your name
up past
and the
45.
platform that it's on in the chat, and I'll take a picture of it, and I'll be sure sometime today to unblock you. So that way in the next stream you should be unblocked. I only have like 45 minutes, an hour left in this stream, so I wouldn't do it during the stream, but I can do it after. The main my account now, my other one messed up. Oh, this my main account. Oh, that. Yeah, I noticed that people been telling me their accounts have been getting messed up, and they've been getting banned. I heard a couple people say they got banned because of like age restriction or something. I don't even know what that means. So
Now they'll set up to throw. That's taken in by Jennings. And
I got 2 strikes and stuff. I ain't gonna lie. I got up this morning, and they told me that I had a copyright strike on one of the songs from Madden, and I'm like, I don't see how, because I keep the music down in the background, but maybe something was just because it was just playing in the background, it identified it. I just cut it out. Yeah, my Instagram account got disabled for no reason. I had it since I was in 5th grade. Oh my God. Luigi said I'm on ban warning. Oh my God. Like, that's why I brought back the whole, like, in a way. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can catch something here. Go.
He'll take a shot here.
All right, we didn't have to run on him. That's why I brought back multi-streaming, because I was like, bro, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. I have been on Theta's program. I've been on Xbox's program. I was on the front channel of Mixer. I was on the front channel of Theta for a while, which is a cryptocurrency one. I was doing YouTube back when you could do YouTube from your Xbox. Like, there's so many changes that's... Hold on 1 second.
On third down, they'll set up to throw.
Hey, he's not going to guard you? They're not going to guard you, Westbrook? They're tripping.
Remember, he had the touchdown.
Great catch, Westbrook. I done been down the block so many times that I'm like, bro, I'm not going to sit up here and get put in a position again where, like, you know, they shut it down. Like, because we still don't know, as wild as this may sound, you still don't know what's going to happen with TikTok.
And then really, it's the
Hold on 1 second.
that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the...
And he's in.
I'll take care of that with myself. Tell him what he's for, though. Touchdown! Let's go.
Defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
No problem there.
Make sure I got the right live pulled up.
And the Dragons will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0.
Yeah, I got the right chat pulled up. I don't know why I didn't see him.
Both teams ready to go once more.
But yeah, you know, like people that came in and said like they lost their accounts, their main accounts, everybody has multiples. That's why I was like, you know, I was like nothing against like TikTok, but we don't know what's going to happen, you know, until it's not even like a presidential thing, until we get to a tip where basically, you know, they're in Samwell Blitz 3. Until we get to a established position where we know, okay, they're going to be here, they're not going to.
They'll begin here on the ground.
They're going to hit two-way. Until we get an established conversation that they're going to be here outright and they're not going anywhere, we don't know what's going to happen with TikTok. You see what I'm saying? So I think we're in a situation where I think we're in a situation where we have to just wait and see. You know,
Second and 9.
Second and 9, couple 4 quarters.
Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw.
Good stop.
Quick throw.
3rd and 1. 3rd and 1.
And they'll work this.
Last time on 3rd and 1, they threw the ball over the air. I'm going to go with offensive linebacker fire because I feel like they're going to come with a run. Because last time they went to the air and they didn't get it. I could be wrong, but let's see. That's right. They came with the run. They came with the run. Good defense, boys. Good defense.
Stopped in his tracks. It sets up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here
Turn
and
left.
reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
Whoa.
See, he ain't easy to bring down.
Short return, and they'll take over there.
Minton lead dive.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Tight end going in motion here. They'll turn and hand this one off. Has an opening. Has the 40. And he's
Good
going
run,
to be
CJ.
taken down on the other
Downfield.
side of the
Downfield.
50-yard line. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another 1st down.
Stretch alternate
We are
X.
through 1. Plenty of scoring already. And
Manny said I'm about to play Major League
NFL
Baseball
Sunday
24.
returns
What's your team, Manny?
after this.
Stretch alternate X. Switch the play up when we come out there. Up. He fell back. Go.
To the air now on 1st and 10. And they're gonna
Great
move
catch,
this
Q.
ball inside the
Great catch, Q.
25-yard
I don't know. I'm downloading it back.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end
Okay.
position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
That's what I'm talking about. Fade smash.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that ball incomplete.
You know,
Try
I
again.
completely brought in the wrong
2nd
play.
and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here.
Okay, 3rd and 8. 3rd and
Only a
8.
couple on that one. It'll set up.
Give me Seattle. Let me see Seattle. Who's to come around? Westbrook? Okay.
That is caught. And he's
Great catch, Westbrook.
close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a
Great
must-pass
catch, Westbrook.
situation. And that's where the top guys in the league are still
Sky
capable of
One.
overcoming it. So
You may be
throw
new
ball
around these
downfield,
parts, so you don't know. If you're looking for
ball.
side-by-side content, what you want to do is go over to kick.com. That is kick.com. Same name. Or you want to go over to youtube.com. Over there, I am side-by-side. On Kick, I am up and down.
From the 1-yard line. 1st down and goal. They'll try to run this
Good
one
run,
in.
CJ.
And
Good
he will
run.
fight his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Dragons.
Good run.
This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They
Cover
find
6.
themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry, and they'll start it here.
Hold on 1 second. Read that comment over there. 1 second, man.
Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And now for a second time.
Then Thursday, I'm pre-ordering College Football 26. Only College Football 26, Manny? You're not ordering Madden?
And avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation.
3rd inches. Okay, last time they had 3rd inches, they came for the run. I'm going to line it up like they're coming for the run. They're probably going to try to outrun us. Even though he's tired. Come on, shut him down, fellas. Shut him down! Let's go! Stop him at the edges in the trenches. Let's go. Tell him that's what I'm talking about. That monster effort right there.
They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take him down for a loss.
Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for Washington. That is fielded at the 20. And how about that? Nice
Great return.
There, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. The Dragons offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his season total. You get a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes to this point this season.
Go. Fade smash.
Back to throw here to begin the drop.
Great catch, CJ.
To the ground.
Thank you for saving me an interception.
Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. Now, faking the give. He's going to take a shot down the field. And
okay. Defender is a superstar. We tested him. He can keep up. I'm playing Road to Glory to show. I'm a catcher. I'm at UCLA right now. What team do you want to play for? Your Royals, right?
Throwing now from the gun. He's got his man. Right side.
Great catch, Q.
And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Back to the air one more time. That's deep for the back of the end zone.
That's what I'm talking about, Westbrook. Tell him what's hitting for Westbrook. Touchdown! Wait, another one on him.
2nd touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer.
Luigi said, I don't care as long as it's not the Cardinals. Yeah, that's like me creating a quarterback and I get drafted to the Dallas Cowboys. I'd be like, come on now. That's why I wanted Jeremiah Trotter picked up for the Philadelphia Eagles, because I could not stand if like the Dallas Cowboys got Trotter or something like that, and now like his dad gonna be cheering for the Cowboys.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. But Commanders offense getting set to get back to work. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Couldn't get to him, but it's good. We good.
Now, as we approach halftime,
Cover 4 show 2.
You got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Good hit. Good hit.
They'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5.
Major League Baseball.
Second and 5.
My bad for the language.
This is one of
What
those
language?
throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to
Did you
the
delete it
defense.
or something like that? That's cool.
Ball was caught, they
We
were
all
on
make
him
mistakes.
quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. And they're going to work this down
Good run.
inside the 45.
Cover 6
So that
Willie.
run, this first half, it's kind of been tough
Cover
sledding
6
here
Willie.
for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That
They got a
last big pickup's
superstar
gonna go a
line.
long way.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw.
Uh-oh.
In
Uh-oh.
the middle of the field, it's complete. And they finally catch up with him, but it's
He's
a
injured.
big play, taking it into the red zone.
He said you want to catch a ball in the end zone.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look
Never
at
mind,
the injured
commenting,
player,
GoPro.
we'll take a timeout.
Give me cover 2 invert.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Quick hitting slant there.
2nd and 3. Make him play it.
And he'll be taken down as we tick
Cover
down
3 hard flat.
to the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. We'll try the right side this time. And they are all
Good stop him at the 3rd and 6.
Surge, drops him back. Let's put him at the 9-yard line.
I didn't know if it was going to tick.
Till halftime. Greg and I will be right back after this.
Do we have cover 4 show 2? Was that a recent play? Here it is. Cover 4 show 2. Show him 2.
3rd and
Ring
6.
4.
I fumbled the football. But defense has got
So I'm talking about
And there it is.
the defense monster.
With a big play. They get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball
Oh,
away,
crap.
Mike, has really become
Hold
an
on one
art
second.
form in the
Gotta plug up the
NFL.
computer.
Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case,
All right.
great job by the defense.
Almost messed around and lost the whole stream just now. Let's go smash.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Going right sideline.
I'm talking about Kendricks.
Complete. They're
Great
gonna
catch.
get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. This one caught by the back, out of the backfield. And he's taken down
Great catch,
inside
CJ.
the opponent's 35. Following the
Oh, no,
we'll get a
CJ's
stoppage
down.
here for an injured player.
He was out there running
Halftime
wild
is
on them
moving,
balls.
So the athletic training staff going to get a chance
dagger.
to look him over during the break. They'll throw out of the gun.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback.
Slants.
He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Bruce Quad will return
Rockies
soon.
retired
No,
game.
CJ, your day is done, sir.
Quarterback operate very
He
efficiently,
curls.
not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Oh, surprised you can hold on to that one, Kendricks.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Take those points.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. This kick is fielded in the
And then maybe what we could do is, after this game, we could talk some gaming news before I go to work. That way it's like, you know, we had a podcast and a video game stream at the same time, you know?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't.
Good defense, good defense.
It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was
for a show too.
And it'll be second down.
Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta run to the restroom. All right, I'm back. Thank you for understanding. I needed to use the restroom. That's greatly understand. That's greatly appreciated that you guys understood that. Guys and gals understood that. Luigi said, let me scroll back. UCLA going to the national championship. I just hit. I said I think I hit for the home run cycle, and UCLA are national championships. National champions. I indeed hit for the home run cycle. So I'm talking about Luigi. Congratulations. Give that man a round of applause. His championship win. Okay, last time I was in this situation, we don't really need to protect the air based upon like, oh, I know we are running. Okay, yeah, give me Overstorm Brave.
Get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Yup, held that lineman up so you can go after him 280. I'm talking about monster effort. Let's go.
Anytime you bring pressure like that, Mike, you're counting on getting to the quarterback before you get beat downfield. The vulnerability of that play call is in your pass coverage, but when you can get home and get to the quarterback that fast, the offense never has a chance to stress your coverage.
On comes the punter now, as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punch it away. And that's a nice job of getting
Hunt
there.
can take a tackle, I'll tell you that one.
That return was not going anywhere. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And this will be incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of
Texas.
nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays. And frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them. So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back. And I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead.
Oh, I thought Cross had that one. Okay. We threw over to the half.
We've reached halftime in a game
With the first overall pick, the Colorado Rockies selects George Trevino. But the Rockies, seriously?
Jonathan Coachman as the EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much.
We don't need a halftime report. They ain't gonna do nothing but take the time that we need when we chilling after the game, just talking gaming. There's some things I want to chop it up about. You know, got everybody here together. Let's play the game first, then let's chop it up with a play stream. Then I'll get into the topics. Got a couple topics before we get out of here. Do it in a little. This shouldn't take too much longer.
Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's had trouble getting on track in this one. Really limited space to find an opening. The defensive front stopping him multiple times. Generally, he has not been a big factor in this game
Gap
to
press.
this point. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And he can't hang on.
Good defense, T. Good defense.
It's incomplete. What a good job.
Cover 9, show 2.
Just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. They'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete.
3rd and 5.
He's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Pulled hamstring will return soon. No, you won't. Cohen, your day is done. And did also have a question. What's up with your injury? I'm going to have to check his injury. Because if I'm not mistaken, Cohen just came back from injury this past week. And he's already injured again. I don't know if his injury is going to be super low because of the fact that he's injured now, but his injury starting to come into question. Let me see. No, it's an 83. He's good. Okay, I thought he had like a 83, like a 33 injury or something like that.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. That's caught. left side. It's complete.
Could have played a little bit more air, but I wanted to come after him on the blitz.
Good for a Commanders first down.
We can cover 6.
Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off.
No.
Not much happening there, just a short game.
Cover 4 quarters.
Here's 2nd and 9. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Thrown left side. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
He got lucky.
Play good for 22. First down, Washington. Now a give up the middle. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
Be right back. All right, Luigi. I should be here. Cover 3 cloud.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They motion the slot man left.
Good defense.
And he goes down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this
Good
sack
defense.
occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole.
Cover 6 Willie.
That's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes
We
free.
upfield. Let's go.
The defense has it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so
Monster
often, and
defense.
sometimes people miss there's the catch.
Welcome back, Luigi.
But before it turns into a
Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second here. Huh. Give me 1 second. I'm dealing with something.
secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against
Good defensive play, fellas.
All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step
Halfback
one.
stretch.
You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
The Dragons offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And he has been a big play guy all season. Currently ranked among the best in the NFL in terms of receiving touchdowns.
Start cross. We'll score 52-19, but I think they put in their backups. Put in Manning. Okay, hold on.
Now they'll set up to throw. And this ball.
All right, let's bring in Manning.
And incomplete.
Give me Seattle.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself.
You're playing tight defense. That's how I read my message. Yeah, I put Manning in. Real score was 52. Did you watch the UFL Championship game? Yeah, I watched the game. I was a little upset that I wasn't able to see the trophy because I was like at work and stuff like that. I feel like the time for the game should have been a little bit later type thing. In my opinion, I felt like it was a little too early. But I didn't get a chance to see their ceremony, their ring ceremony, and their championship and all that sorts of stuff. But the game looked good. Because you're winning 31-0, it's dumb to keep yourself in because of injury yourself, even though you're going to win. That is true. Manning is there as a backup quarterback for this reason.
To sustain a lot in any of these drives and does not have a touchdown pass to this point.
Cover 4
Now
drop.
1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Back to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Over Sky.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that is
Good defense, T. Good defense, T.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum. Figure out
cover 4 show
where
2.
are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get.
Yes, Hurts is quarterback 3.
So far, this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. A pickup of 14.
You know, when I get called up to Major League Baseball, I'm making the Rockies World Series championships. Oh, you can get called to the Rockies?
We haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter,
T said let him retire as an Eagle because you held him hostage for 1K years.
Just gotta ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
I'm surprised you would even want to go to the Rockies, Luigi, and also T to explain that. Yeah, he's going to retire Eagle. Next year, I decided next year I'm going to stay as the Eagles. I don't think I'm letting anybody play quarterback. I think I want to leave that to Jalen Hurts. I might play quarterback. I haven't decided yet. I think I'm going to leave it up to when I get the game and I see the feel of the game myself personally. I really like the defensive tackle position. But if you notice that overarching kind of dropping in the bucket play that I do with wide receivers, I don't think Hurts could do that. I don't think I have an interception this whole season. Yes, you do. You had like 2 interceptions one game before you came into the chat. If I'm not mistaken, I'll check it after this.
No to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And no chance of a run back here.
All right, we're going to try to get Manny a touchdown, and if we don't get a touchdown on this drive, I think I'm going to go ahead and super sim this.
See what they can do. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the 3rd quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time.
Dang, B was wide open. I looked over there, and B was wide open last minute. I saw him standing there. He was wide open.
Put the pressure on the defense. He throws and it is incomplete. Just couldn't
dial up one we know.
The way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways.
What if you play wide receiver? You could just target yourself and get 4.
Now faking the give, going up top. And this
okay, punt it away. We're gonna go ahead and super sim this one because I wanted to jump into some gaming topics before we get up out of here because I got to go to work eventually and I don't want it to be running to the end. So let's go ahead and go to the next play. Super Sim, I think they might score. I'm not going to lie, they might score, but it's cool if they don't. Let's see. Let's go to next quarter, see what happens. They might score coming up and down the field like that. Okay, jump forward to end of game. Let's see what happens. So we scored on them. They never scored on us. 38-0. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.
That was a good run. Okay, let me get settled in here to switch up things to the topic-based chopping it up form. Okay, we're good. We won the game. We got rid of Amaro, right? Yeah, Amaro didn't want to be here. The left and the right ends, Crockett was really good. Reed was really good. I think the left ends, having the left ends, just running over the game itself. I think having the left ends was a very good situation. I never noticed on the defensive tackle that anybody was tired or they couldn't play the position. So maybe we can run 4 defensive tackles going forward instead of 5. Crockett, to me, was very good. but I'm still a little bit confused that Crockett basically is number 3 on the depth chart. That shows me that this dude Reed has stepped up and made himself more of a player than Crockett, right? But let's wait till we order. Hold on one second. Luigi said, "You know what? I got drafted by them, and you call Major League Baseball the initials MLB." That's true. I keep saying Major League Baseball instead of MLB. So yeah, I'll look at the roster a little bit later. We're not gonna go deep into the roster movements. So yeah, the thing of it was, right, just to drop some news on y'all before we get up out of here. Before I get up out of here to take myself to my job. So the thing about it was, I know I said to you earlier, I was like, oh yeah, when the what's the name of that thing? Let me see. Let me make sure this comfortable position I'm about to get in. You can actually see me from. Let me see. Okay, you can see me in the TikTok stream. You can see me in the Kick stream. Okay, we good. So yeah, so here's the thing about it, right? This is where I was, right? Before the Nintendo Switch 2 came out, I felt like it was a while before it came out. You see what I'm saying? I felt like, to be honest, I kind of felt like, why did it take 5 and 6 years to come out type thing, right? So, of course, I was looking at Madden. Just to let you know, I'm doing everything under my power to get college football and Madden 3-day early access so that way we can be in it. You see what I'm saying? I'm doing everything under my power. I'm going out to my job today. No promises, but I'm going out to my job today. We'll see how things line up financially, but I think I'm going to be able to do it, right? So the reason why I'm doing that is because, don't get me wrong, but I like the fact that the Switch has Madden, but I feel that they worked out like a deal. Not saying they told them not to put it on other platforms, but like, okay, take the Xbox handheld for instance, right? Madden isn't made by them. You see what I'm saying? Madden is made by EA. So there's no guarantee that Madden is going to play on the Xbox handheld. And let's be honest, it doesn't play on the Rogue Ally itself. So I took a step back a while back and said, okay, so it's basically not that Madden doesn't play on anything. Nobody had Madden, period. All right, that's all right. I'm going to head out. See you next live. All right, Luigi, you have a good rest of your night, man. Stay blessed, stay safe. Thank you for attending the stream, and thank you for being a moderator, man. I greatly appreciate it. So the thing about it was, it's not that people were in a situation where they were just, buying it, right? And let me tell you something. I run with Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox, and mobile. So this is not one of those conversations where it's like, oh, let's beat down on Nintendo or let's beat down on PlayStation. Let me tell you something. The reason why I'm only getting, number one, when the time does come, we decided, me and the wife. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second. Thanks for the support, T. I greatly appreciate it. So the thing about it was, hold on, let me see. What did T say just now? Wait, if you play wide receiver, the part about I could target myself, yeah. So the thing about it was, of course, I was looking at Madden 26 as a game that I'm like, hey, this is a game I want to have. This is a game that I want to have in house to be able to play early. With the college football part, I look at it more like, okay, if I can get that, cool, because it's football. I'm not buying 2K. I'm back. What did I miss? So what happened was there was some people spamming the chat that I had to get up out of here. Luigi left on TikTok, and I'm just chopping it up about a little bit of game topics before I get up out of here. We won the game. We won. We shut them out. We won 38-0, and we're in week 8 after this. I think I played them twice. So, so the thing about it was, basically how I was looking at this was, in my opinion, I feel like to buy a Switch 2 is cool, right? I think that we need at least one. Me and the wife kind of agreed, hey, between Animal Crossing and Madden, we could use one, right? But saying that we're going to buy 2 Switches doesn't make sense because of the fact that, especially because sometimes we travel, sometimes we fly, sometimes we go to people's houses, sometimes we drive to different places and stay and stuff like that. So when you're in those situations, it's never really a place where I don't have internet, I'm typically not, maybe once a year I'm in the woods. I know the bots are going wild today. I don't know what's going on. I think because it's the summertime and a lot more people are coming over to kick. I'm telling you, they're going nuts. Thank you for the help, T. So yeah. So the thing about it was when I bought my Nintendo Switch. Well, what happened was my wife was the first one to be like, "Hey, this Nintendo Switch looks tough, right?" And to be honest, I didn't believe it was until I bought it and I played some games on it. Great system, okay, great system, but in a way, and I'm gonna be honest about it because I try to keep it real with my 51 Dynasties. I try not to be sitting up here and telling you guys mysterious stuff, right? What actually happened was basically. In my opinion, what ended up going down here was that Nintendo, I heard a comment one time, I forget who made it, shout out to the content creator that did, but I remember a comment that was made about how I grew up and Nintendo didn't grow up with me. Nintendo Switch 2 is gas. Wait. The Nintendo Switch 2, hold on, whoa. Good look, T. Whoa, it's getting wild over here. I gotta keep another one like DJ Khaled. Another one. I'm trying to see what T said. I was trying to read what my man T said. T said Nintendo Switch is gas, new UI, same graphics as any other console handheld, Mario Kart World, etc. Don't get me wrong. I was looking at it and I'm gonna be honest. I'm a big fan. I feel as though Animal Crossing's New Horizons was one of the best games of the generation so far, right? Now, that's me picking off a game from Nintendo. But I also feel that as good as Animal Crossing is, I feel like something like Marvel Alliance The Black Order is a very amazing looking game. So right there's 2 games that only come to Nintendo Switch, right? So they have their 2 games. But when I get into my Steam library, with my Steam Deck, right, I feel that it gives me the option to play Xbox games, PC games, PlayStation games, and a lot of the stuff that I want to do comes live on it. I feel like with Nintendo, it's a great system, right? Don't get me wrong, it's a very great system. I'm not about to sit up here and be like, Nintendo's trash or something like that, because they're a very great system. But I do feel as though that for the price, all right, prime example, right? The Nintendo Switch 2 is about what, $450, something like that, right? If I'm not mistaken, about $450, right? So just doing spitballs math on that, the Nintendo Switch is about $450, right? How much I can do it right now? Steam Deck OLED. That's something that had my eye, right? I'm just looking it up so I give y'all accurate information that when I give you some random crap, right? That's something that had my eye for a while. Okay, so now, all right, so prime example, right? Now, I don't know if these prices, I'm going to tell you like this. I don't know if these prices just changed. Oh my God, here we go again. Hold on now. T faster than me. Thank you for that, T. I'm over here looking up the information. I just saw it pop up. I was like, no, that don't look accurate. Okay, so yeah, so the OLED, I think to tell you the truth, the Steam Deck OLED is no longer in stock. The Steam Deck 1 terabyte OLED is no longer in stock. Whoa, I think because there was a price drop. I just found this out today that the OLED is not in stock. Wow. but Steam Deck is better than the original Nintendo Switch. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be honest. I used to look at this site like every other day, comparing information and stuff, and it was never sold out. And it says expected return. The LCD, the one I have, is available, but all the OLEDs are sold out. Temporary out of stock. Steam Deck OLED expected to return to stock summer 2025. I mean, ain't June the summer? Like, what are we talking about here? You know? But I feel that I'm glad that I leaned out and I got a Steam Deck, like, when I got it, because, like, it plays, like it was doing stuff that Nintendo wasn't doing before Nintendo came out. Like, I'm going to tell you right now, some of the games I got that you can't get on Nintendo is, like, Detroit Become Human, the game from PlayStation, right? I know it's Detroit Become Human. I haven't heard of Mecha Break coming on Nintendo Switch, right? Mecha Break is a game that's coming out July 1st. Shout out to Mecha Break. I can't wait to play that game. It looks like Call of Duty with mechs, you know, and I'm like, I am so down for that. Don't get me wrong, I love Marvel Rivals, but a lot of people, if I had to be honest, I feel as though every game, do you see that Xbox handheld, you can use it. You know, here's the thing, I thought about that too, right? I think the Xbox handheld is great, right? But for me, I'm not saying I wouldn't get it, because it comes out, like, I think they haven't released a date on when it comes out, right? But I got to spend some time looking at, like, when I come home tonight from work, I'll probably pull up some videos to see the information about it, because I know there's some game streamers and some content creators that have already gotten access to it. You know, they've let them use it and play with it and stuff like that. So maybe I'll use their information to find out, you know, how good it is, or how, you know, like what's going on with it. Price-wise, I mean, what I've heard price-wise, I don't like, myself personally. See, the thing about it is, here's the thing with the Steam Deck. That's on Steam Deck's website itself, where you can keep the cost down. But if you was to go with, say, Amazon, because I know that I saw them on Amazon too, right? Did you? I know I saw them. Let me look it up. Steam Deck OLED. See if they sold out on Amazon too. Let's see. No. Okay, that's used. Hold on. So you got OLED. No, not even a problem. They got free delivery. Comes to They got free delivery. Comes to on Prime. Let me see the condition. They have a 2-year plan for $60. Sold by a platform called Linux. It is Amazon typically. The thing about it is Amazon typically, and then compare to others, it typically goes for $754. So it's a 512 gigabyte going for about $800. Now the 512 gigabyte goes for about $600. Well, actually, yeah, about $600 on the website, on the Steam Deck website. But the Steam Deck website is sold out. And to say that you just gonna hold, you know, $600 to $700 for like an unknown time, you don't really know. T said Xbox handheld better than Steam Deck, Nintendo Switch 2 better than Xbox handheld, Xbox handheld better than Steam Deck, Nintendo Switch 2 better than Xbox handheld. Yeah, and that's the part that I'm looking at too. I want to see like how it's going with that, because I feel like, well, when did they say? Let me see something, because they keep hitting me up in the. Did they even? Let me see. I don't think they said anything about. Hold on. Xbox handheld release date. Because didn't they like show it at the Games Fest or something? They showed it at some sort of summer Games Fest, and they essentially say Xbox handheld canceled. No, I'm not looking for that one. I know they probably not gonna do a specific handheld, but okay. What was it? Xbox handheld release date. Blah, 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 blah. A lot of it's rumors. Oh, they got an article on Vice. It says, a leak claims to reveal the price and release date for Xbox Rogue Ally. If true, you can pre-order it soon. A new leak has reportedly been revealed the pre-order date and pricing for the Xbox Rogue Ally. According to rumors, players will be able to order Microsoft's handheld fairly soon. However, the Asus Xbox console might be expensive. Okay, so they're saying, before we jump into the latest rumor, take this one with a grain of salt. June 3rd, upload the Xbox Rogue Ally will go up for pre-orders. That's too early for me. You know, June 3rd is way too early for me as a June 3rd is way too early for me as a streamer myself personally. It's too close to other games that I got to get and stuff like that. Now, if you wanted to say, let's say, okay, for me, because I know that my LCD I've kept in contact, I've kept it in good condition. So the thing about it is, this is the thing about it, right? A lot of people don't pay attention and know because a lot of people, which is understandable, didn't grow up in the console war, right? I grew up in the heart of the console war, which started really with Nintendo versus Sega. That's where it started. Sega is something that a lot of people don't know if you're not from the 80s or 90s type thing. You wouldn't know who Sega is. You know who Sonic is, right? The people that make Sonic. It used to be back in the day that Sonic was against Mario and Mario was against Sonic, and you chose one or another because that's the only way you were playing their games, right? It's Sega. I know Sega, and I'm not from the 80s. I'm not saying everybody, see. I'm saying like the vast audience that some people, you got to understand, some of the younger generation only plays like Fortnite. You know, they never played on a console. There's a lot of young kids, which is understandable, that don't even own a console. They just do everything on like a tablet or something like that. And I respect it. You know, like I play on my tablet. I play on my handheld. This was up, right? Where I was going with it is that with all these new handhelds coming out, they have reignited the console war. You see what I'm saying? Because with the price, you have to make sure that you get the right stuff. For me, how I look at it is like I look at the games. And I think the reason why I look at the games is because I feel like that's the most important part. You see what I'm saying? Because more games is more options. You know, like prime example, I brought Cyberpunk, right? Cyberpunk the game twice. I done bought that game twice. Bought it one time I think I bought it 3 times. One time because I bought it one time on my Xbox. I played it to a good point, right? I like it, and then some bugs was out for it, and then I bought it on my Nintendo Switch, and to be honest, the graphics wasn't where it needed to be on the Switch. But then I bought it on my Steam Deck, and my Steam Deck runs it perfectly. Like I don't run into any problems. The screen's nice and big and stuff like that, where I can see everything. So what happened was I was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and play it on my Steam Deck, right? Then I turned around and I bought the next game that I bought was because I had to learn about the whole. Hold on one second. T said Sega versus Nintendo, Xbox versus PlayStation, console war with Steam, Xbox versus Nintendo versus PlayStation. That's what we gotta call it too. I gotta call it that. It's the handheld console war because the console war is over. Nintendo, PlayStation won that. Well, you can't really say PlayStation won that because Nintendo been doing numbers with the Switch for a long time, boy. They said they sold like 3 million of them things already in the first couple of days. So whether it probably went the same way it did last time, Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, 9 times out of 10. Now with the handheld part, I feel like not like so much like specifically what game you have, but like for me, I started looking at the store before I started buying games, and I started recognizing they got some hitters. You know, they got Spider-Man 1, the original Spider-Man 1 that I never beat, right? Spider-Man Miles Morales, what I didn't beat. Spider-Man 2, Kingdom Deliverance, which I want to play. Matter of fact, where is my Steam Deck? My Steam Deck is in my bag. I can tell you right now, it's sitting right here next to me. Right? Instead of having to guess it out, I can tell you. And I can tell you run times too. So that way it don't seem like, oh, I'm just saying, oh, I got the game and I played 20 seconds of it and I'm sitting up here trying to make it seem like I played it. No. There's some crumbs from when I was at work. Okay, so Cyberpunk 2077. I got 11.4 hours into this one. Keep in mind, I have over 30 hours in the one on Xbox. But I'm just counting my Steam Deck playtime, which is at about 11.4 hours. So I'm almost at about 12 hours on the Steam Deck. I have Assassin's Creed Shadows. Nintendo wasn't a part of it, but it is recognized. It is revolutionized gaming. Original Nintendo Wii, Nintendo Switch. Yeah, I went. I was around. My first Nintendo that ever came out that I had was Nintendo Game Boy, and then the Nintendo console, Super Nintendo, N64, and I never had a Wii. I wasn't a fan of the Wii. I came back when the Switch came out. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Wait, what's this? Man, I'm not going to be able to play Shadows today. It needs an update, and I'm not going to start it because I got to go out the door. Let me see. You know what? Let me just hit the update and see if it can update in the background. Maybe it can get done before I leave. Oh, crap. Oh, maybe it was because I did it. It says finish. Okay, so I have in Assassin's Creed Shadows, I have about 34.5 hours. Oh, I can play it now. I have 34.5 hours in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Asphalt Legends Unite, which is like a car game, right? And those companies sell those ideas, stole those ideas to try to compete on the market on their version. Their versions failed. Yeah, that's where I'm coming from. Like Dragon Age, the Veilguard, I got 21.1 hours in there. Ace Combat, which I love playing games, I got about an hour into that. Detroit Become Human, I haven't played that yet. I just bought it just in case they take it off the market. Witcher 3, I haven't played that yet. I played about, I want to say somewhere around 15 or 20 hours of that on Xbox. Never really beat it, but a good game. Marvel Midnight Suns, I want to try out. Vampire, I want to try out. And let me make sure I'm giving you every Killer Instincts over here. Mafia, Marvel Rivals. I'm still waiting for Marvel Rivals to get the right proper controls, right? Same thing with all three Mafias. They're all over here. And yeah, so I wanted to pull that out. It says, and the Play Detroit Become Human live. It's one of the best games I've ever played. Yeah, the thing, maybe what we can do is we can organize that as outside of like a, see, the thing of it is, I don't know if they have nudity and stuff. See, how it works is they're different endings based on your decisions. That's why it makes, I love games like that. I love that's what made me really like Detroit Become Human, because like without ruining it for anybody, I remember a part, I mean, don't cover your ears if you haven't played the game, but I remember a part where the robot maid was getting slapped up by the dad who was watching the little girl, and he started slapping up the little girl upstairs, and I went upstairs and he had the pistol, and I like pulled the pistol on him, and he was like, yeah, you know, you ain't gonna do nothing, da 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 da. And then he was like threatening to kill me and the girl, so I just opened up on this thing, type thing. And then we went on this long thing, like running in the streets and stuff. And I was like, I told myself, I said, you know what? When I come back and play this game again on Steam, I'm making the same decision. I'm like this, I'm a like this more type thing, But that's what showed me. It was an amazing game. One other series, please don't ruin it for me, anybody in the chat. But I gotta play the last. I think I got that in my library too. I gotta play. It's a self-defense. I gotta play the last game of what's the name of it, of a set of Walking Dead. The one with what's her name? Claire. It's not Claire. Her name is oh man, I'm blanking. But anyway, I my stats would show I've played every Walking Dead from Telltale since it come out. I just got a little bit left in the end just to see how they wrap it up and stuff like that. She was I don't know, I remember this. You see what I'm saying? you know, like I felt like myself. The maid was my favorite character, and then I made a dumb decision in the beginning. That what happened was I rushed the guy to save the girl, and he like shot me up, and I died. So hopefully in this next one, when I started off, I can make the proper decision and live. But I don't want him to like kill the little child and stuff. So I got to make the proper decision, But yeah, so maybe what we could do is, as a good idea, what we can do also is we can start making these. We can start making these kind of chop effects. Oh my God, y'all back again? I swear these boys don't give up, boy. These boys is consistent. Oh, T got to it. Thank you, T. Thank you for that, T. Thank you for that. You see what I'm saying? They're consistent over here. See, you know what it also is too. A lot of these programs, I think Kick is gonna have to reevaluate some of these programs. I banned like 10 of them. I done banned like 4 or 5 of them when you was on break for a little bit, when you was doing something. I banned like 4 or 5 of them, And the thing about it is, oh man, we got one over here too. Hold on, T. We got one over here on TikTok. Dang, they're all over the place today. I think because these things are starting to get more popular, right? Like I noticed there's a lot less dance videos on TikTok and stuff like that, and then I also noticed like there's a lot more game streamers. Like I think the White Howard's on Kick now. Drake was on this joint. It's all because the school's ended. Mine's about to end this Wednesday. That's great. We can have some more streams. Yours about to end Wednesday. Okay, now I know when you're streaming, when you can be in the chat and stuff like that. And then, college football, if I'm not mistaken, if I can get the bundle to wrap it up before we got here, college football and Madden. College football should come out by, they said, July 7th. So that'll still be the summer. You guys will be able to be there for that. And then Madden comes out, I think, August 16th. So I think that's before everybody's school start. I don't know. But I know that it comes out like in August. If it comes out July 7th, 9 times out of 10, when is July 6th? Let me see when July 6th is. Let me see here. Okay, July 6th is a Sunday. So as long as I don't have, since my birthday is in July, I always get the game on release. That's great. My school starts in September. That's even better, So what we can maybe do is, a lot of times for some people, I'm just going to say how it works sometimes. Sometimes how it works is when they say that the game comes out on the 7th, it actually comes out on the 6th at like 9 o'clock at night. So what we can do is I'm going to keep checking. And then maybe on the 7th, because like that's what happened with Madden. They said like it's supposed to come out on like the 21st, but it actually came out like the 20th at like 8 o'clock at night on the West Coast, which is like almost 12 o'clock at night on the East Coast type thing. So I will stay alert on that day to find out, what's going on with the game and everything like that, as long as I get it. He said you should run a 2K game in the background. You should run a 2K game in the background and do all teams. Yeah, we could. We can run something in the background. That way I can like check it and stuff like that. I do have another account that I have for TikTok that I use as a mod that I can use to check other people's streams and just chill, And then what we can maybe do is, if college football does start itself up, we could shut down the stream and then bring it back online with college football. Because you know how you can't. Like, one thing I would say that, if I had to be honest, TikTok, if you're listening, this is one thing that needs to be changed that is available on Kick. You should be allowed to change your game and your title of the stream midstream, because that helps people find you better. Like, there's no way for me to change what the name of the stream is on TikTok once it gets started. So, like, if I start a stream that says, okay, we're running 2K backgrounds, and then college football comes out, I have to shut down the stream and then reactivate it as college football. Yeah, and that's ridiculous. If Kick has the ability for you to change the title in the game, they should have the same thing. But at the same time, one way or another, if it does come out at like 9 o'clock at night or something like that, I'm gonna go ahead and basically order that. If I order it, I might only get Madden, because I'm gonna take you up. My main focus is Madden. I'm getting college football, but my main focus is Madden. If I bump into a situation where I can only have one out of the two, it's gonna be Madden. It ain't gonna be college football. I'll tell you that right now. But if I can, hopefully, But if I can, hopefully I'll be getting both of them. And I should be telling you that shortly. You know, I just got to keep the work schedule going and stuff like that. Speaking of that, I got to get up out of here because I got to get my stuff together to get out here and go to work. I'm glad that I was able to have a good time with you guys today in the afternoon, talk about some things, chop it up. I think what we can do is make this a format where before we get out of here, we just talk it up about gaming. All right, T, you have a rest of your night. Stay blessed, stay safe, man. Thank you for being in the stream, and thank you for being a moderator, and thank you for taking care of all these bots. Thank you for the gifts as well. Greatly appreciated. So the thing about it is maybe what we can do is make this a permanent thing where before we hang up the stream, we talk about certain things and stuff. That way it's not like you have to launch a podcast about it. I still would do podcasts and stuff here or there, but, you know, just to chop it up before we get out of here. But like I said, I want you guys and guys to have a blessed, safe rest of your night. Be safe, be blessed, and I will see you in the next stream. Peace.